Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another episode of Vol Club Confidential. I'm your host, Austin Price. Vol Club Confidential brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. Check them out at knoxvillesmiles.com. Coming up on tonight's show, we have Tennessee defensive lineman Omarr Norman-Lott. But before we get to him, we bring in Hunter Badura of the Vol Club. It's Orange and White game week, which means the return of the Vol Club tailgate for the Orange and White game.
Absolutely. Tennessee football is back. Really excited about this weekend. We're going to have our first tailgate since the bowl game. We'll be in Lot 9B, and it's free for checkerboard members and up to bring a guest. Obviously, tickets are scarce for the game, so we will be streaming the game all day, so fans can come out. Tennessee's done a great job with having some concerts and some different things for the kids, so looking forward to a fun day.
And if you come and you're a checkerboard member, you get one of these cool Nico-inspired leis, which were designed by his family. We
Correct.
first saw those at the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, we're running a special promotion that if you sign up now at the checkerboard level, as part of your welcome package, you'll receive one of these Nico leis, and it's awesome, you said, made by Nico and his family.
Hunter, man, we appreciate it. Now it's on to Omarr Norman-Lott, but before that, more from our great friends at Knoxville Smiles. Knoxville Smiles, whose mission is providing concierge-style service, top-notch technology, and relationship-based care. If you're scared of going to the dentist, the folks at Knoxville Smiles will make you feel at ease. They provide pain-free cleanings and even sedation dentistry. Good to see you. Omarr, you're back for another year at Tennessee. What was that first year like?
Really getting acclimated here. It took me some time. Just learning the system, learning the school, learning where class was, like having to even go to class. With like being at Arizona State, we didn't go to class at all.
Everything was virtual.
Everything was virtual. So it took me, I would say, 3 months to really acclimate and be comfortable. But once I understood like how Knoxville was and where I needed to be and the classes and all the chaos, got through that, it started to become like a good experience for me, I'd say.
You went into the portal a few years ago for a brief minute, and I know Coach Garner tried to recruit you, and then you end up going back to Arizona State, right? Then you go in the portal a second time, and then Coach Garner actually gets you to Tennessee. Kind of, take me through kind of what that relationship was like when he was trying to recruit you.
The first time, he was the same guy. Like, he's the same dude ever. He doesn't ever change. And that's one of his mottos. He ain't changing for nobody. But to get back to the point, it was just he wanted me to come down. He thought I could be a playmaker and an impactful person on the team. And the first time, it just wasn't the right time for it to happen. Second time comes around, I hit the portal, and he pops up again. So
Here he comes again.
I gotta give him a shot or some form of opportunity. You know what I mean? To see what he was talking about, and he happened to be a real genuine dude that I felt like I needed in my life, like as far as like discipline and just keeping you on a straight narrow line.
How different was it coming from Arizona State to Tennessee?
I would say it was a lot different, like a lot. Like it's a big
in all
difference.
phases.
Like all phases. From the heat to here, you get all 4 seasons to actually tackling during practice. Like Arizona State under Marvin Lewis, we were kind of just chilling a lot. Not even shoulder pads. We were outside in helmets, spiders, shorts. So from a real smooth vibe to everything, like when you come here, you're held accountable for everything. Certain things at Arizona State, they'll just let you slide. Here, it's not happening. That's probably some of the biggest difference.
Then the atmosphere for football, I'm sure, is vastly different.
How could I forget that? Arizona State, I remember Utah game, 2021. There was more red in the crowd than we had, maroon and yellow. Like, it was crazy. Then coming here and just seeing how invested the fans are it's like night and day. Like, you can't. There's no competition.
You grow up in Sacramento, California. You go to Grant High School. That's the alma mater of Dante Stallworth, the alma mater of Ontario Smith, who's out with Tennessee back in the 90s. Produced a lot of really talented players out of Northern California. What'd you learn growing up, not only at Grant, but just in that area?
I learned to mind my business at a really young age. Like if it's not really pertaining to you, you don't need to put yourself in it unless it's like somebody I would say I call a close family member or something like that. That's something that engraved in me, and me taking that, I took to my own business with that. Football, that's what I knew. That's what I knew was going to get me out of the situation I was in, with being the part that I grew up in not being a great place, like as far as like gun violence and gang violence and all that kind of stuff. I knew that wasn't the life I wanted. I've had plenty of friends growing up pass away, high now, 10 minutes later get a call, he's gone. So like I knew that just wasn't what I wanted. And with that, I minded my business, and my business was training for football. Like,
So at what point did you realize football is my avenue out of this? When you're talking about the situations and the bad spots, I mean, when did you realize no?
My first offer. I wouldn't even say my first offer, because my first offer was from Jamar Kane. That's my uncle.
Yeah.
He was the D-line coach at Arizona State. Blase. He's married into my family. Let's really like, so we can understand the relationship. Like he's my uncle, but like it wasn't like an uncle that I could always call on. It was like my mom's sister husband. So I got the offer, but I didn't really like understand it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I could go to college, but like then the next day Arizona offered me. They called me, people I didn't even know. Like, how did you even get my number? We want to bring you down on an official visit. I'm like, wow. And I think at that moment it was still so like surreal. Like I couldn't even still believe it. It took till I got out of that environment and went down to those colleges and saw the different things. Like, wow, it's way more than life than just my 6-7 blocks that I see every day back in Sacramento. And I think taking my official visits and just seeing the different colleges, Boise States, like all the different things, opened my vision on just life, period.
What all have you seen in your life? I mean, you talk about like kind of the, somebody's hiding out and they're gone and all that. I mean, that's some real deep stuff. So, I mean, like, is that, how happy are you to kind of be away from all that? I mean, home's home, right? I mean, like, it's where you grew up. It's where your family lives, that type of thing. But, I mean, at the same time, I'm sure you're just peace of mind.
Right. I say I'm proud of myself not having to live that kind of life, worried about who's coming, are you coming, who are you with? Like, you know what I mean? Looking over your shoulder, like, that's not a life of just, I would say, like, scarcity, like being scared all the time. Because that's really what it is. Like, when you're doing all that, you're scared, you're worried that something might happen to you, so you have to live in that kind of, like, mindset of, like, just, I don't even know what the mindset of living like that is. It's just, like, of worry. Like, that's period. So I would say, yes, I'm happy to get away from living in that kind of mindset. But in the same sense, I'm going to say, like, I'm proud that I went through that, because now I could see a lot of different things that people have not seen in situations, like knowing when something's going to happen, like just with how people are interacting, or just knowing when to mind your business, like, so I'm appreciative that I was able to go through that and get out of it.
Family still there?
My mom, she moved to San Diego.
Okay. My
grandparents, they still live in Rancho Cordova, which is in Sacramento. So yeah, it's pretty. I got family all through California, in Northern California.
So when you go home, you going to San Diego to see mom?
Yeah, I go to San Diego. I'll probably end up driving up or something like that. It's an 8-hour drive, San Diego, Sacramento. I was born in Sacramento, and then when I was like 2 or 3, my mom moved to San Diego, and we stayed out there till I was like, I want to say like 9 or 10. Saw like gray and black, but came back to Sacramento, and then I lived out the rest of my life there. And my mom just loved San Diego. After I graduated, like a year after I graduated, she moved back down to San Diego.
What's your favorite part of California?
I'd probably say San Diego. Beach.
Weather.
The beach, the weather.
It never changes. Like, like it's just like 70 all day long.
Mm-hmm. No That's humidity. My kryptonite, man. Cold weather. That is, ooh. getting cold, freezing. My hands start becoming like fragile. I don't know. That's my kryptonite, cold weather. Like when it was snowing, I actually had a good time, but I had like 7 layers on. You clearly see I didn't even never even probably been in snow that much because I was out there doing snow angels in like 2 inches of snow. I was looking at the comments on Twitter. I was like, damn, I look like an idiot.
Nah, man,
right.
it's all
It's
about
all
man.
right. First experience.
It's like keeping that it's like keeping that kid mentality,
Right,
man. I mean,
yeah.
don't be too quick to grow up.
I ain't never seen this. I just start playing in it.
What are you just a big beach guy when you go back home? You like
I just like the good weather, it's the sun out, and the beach. Like I don't know how you can not like that. Like I love it. Like I just love that vibe. It's
big street taco guy. Brew's a big street taco guy. Being a SoCal guy.
Yeah, any Latin cuisines, I'm on it. I'm on it. I love the Latin cuisines.
What drives you?
Everybody like has their whys, because asking what drives me is like asking what my why is. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So I would say my why is me. Like everybody has a why. Like I could take the easy way out and say like my mom, like all the like of course, yeah. But like me, like wanting to do better for myself and knowing that I can take me and everybody surrounding me to another level. So I would just say that's why I get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and be at the meetings and be there all day, 14-hour days. Because it's not easy. Like people get to watch the games and stuff. They don't never get to see all the grinding and the back version of it. It's really my why, just knowing that I can be better than where I'm at right now.
You look at where you were at Arizona State. You look at now heading into year 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
How different are you from a player standpoint? Like, do you see growth? Do you see a better player than 2 years ago?
Definitely, I see a more mature player. I still got that. Like, I'm the same guy in the sense of like my mentality on the field, like dog, scrappy, like. I'm the same guy as that, but as far as like being able to understand the cause and where the blitz is coming from and certain things about the game of football, I've definitely grown.
Is that just you maturing? Is that Rodney Garner? Is that combination of both? Is it going against good players in practice? What is it?
It's probably a combination of Rodney Garner and then my own want to, like. Me having to want to Arizona State, it was like I was losing my love for the game. Like my why, I didn't really care about it. Like it was just easy to do that. And here you see it's a next level of competition. You see it means more to people. You walk outside and fans care that you're actually Omarr Norman-Lott. Like never had that at Arizona. So all those kinds of things just fueled my want to and growing and actually investing in the game of football.
Who's the one guy on the D-line that pushes you the most?
One guy on the D-line that pushes me, they're all like every D-lineman we got are like trolls. A troll is like somebody who's just like constantly on you. Like everybody is like that. But the one person I'd say, who am I gonna call out right now? I'd say James Pierce. I'll give you a moment and instant, because that's a person I have for an example. Last spring, I first get here. It was like a spring game. It was not a spring game. It was a scrimmage leading up to the spring game, and we were in Neyland, and I like messed up on a play or something, just didn't do well on the play. We get off on the sideline. He was like, "Ain't you supposed to be from California?" I'm like, bro, what you mean? Like I don't know. In a sense, I took it like he was saying like, ain't California players supposed to be good? Like, what are you doing? Like and I took that as motivation. And the next drive, I went out there, made a play and all that. And I come back to him like, that's how Cali people make plays. So I say like James. There's a lot of instances with us just in that. I say James Pierce.
And he's one of the guys that's out there with you on the rabbits package.
Yeah.
You know, you like when Rodney yells rabbits. Do you like that package? Kind of get out there and just get after it.
Yeah, I love that. You know, there's even sometimes during the year where it's like first, second quarter, I didn't even play first, second down. I'm like, damn, rabbits, we out there, we getting to it. So the rabbits package is definitely something special that I think is a part of my game and one of my specialty, which is like the rabbits package. For people who don't know, is the third down package with all the pass rushers on it. So I think my specialty is like pass rushing. So yeah, that's one of my favorite things.
How much do you appreciate James though?
As far as giving me them one-on-ones with the guard, because they gotta respect him. Like,
yeah, they do.
Yeah, like,
all that attention goes to
him.
him.
You gotta respect him. So I love him for that. And in the same sense, it's sometimes where I done made the play for him. So it's like a teetering line because we both scrappy, we both relentless with trying to get there. So
who's the one guy on the offensive line that you like going against because he makes you better?
Sprags.
I bet y'all talk, don't you?
Sprags.
I know Sprags talks. He always talks.
we out there going back and forth, but it's good work. I love the competitiveness of him. He's a dog too. He's scrappy too.
You miss him this spring?
Yeah, that's what I'm missing this spring. I'm missing Sprags, and I'd say Andre Carrick.
What's one thing that makes Omarr Norman-Lott smile?
My animals. I got a cat, a dog, and a snake.
All at the house. A cat. What are the names?
My dog's name is Bella. She's 10 weeks old. My cat name is Goddess. She's a year and a half, I say now. And then my snake, his name is Juju, and he's about 2 years.
What kind of snake is this?
He's a calico ball python.
How big is this?
He's about like this big. He got vetoed from the facility. I used to bring him up there and stuff like that. And one day, Coach Hype came up to me. He's like, "Hey, no more snake." I'm like, "All right, man."
That made me smile. Let's learn more about the great people at Knoxville Smiles.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Costa. Dr. Malone and I here at Knoxville Smiles are here to help you with any of your dental needs, whether it's a routine cleaning, a root canal, or if you just want some advice. Did you know that you don't have to settle for a denture anymore? My team and Dr. Malone are here to help you no matter where you're at and to help you figure out the truth for your dental health. So give us a call or visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Off the field, what do you like to do?
My animals. I'm fully invested in animals. I'm cleaning excuse my French, where I'm cleaning the snake cage or walking my dog, playing with her, training her, or playing with my cat. That's really what makes me go off the field. I don't really do anything else.
Probably makes it hard to go home, doesn't it? I mean, who watches the animals when you go home to your mom?
My brother. Oh, who watches the animals when I go home to my mom? I probably end up flying with them. I got both of them. I got both of my dog and my cat. They're registered as emotional support, so they can fly with me. That's not usually a problem.
And then the snake can stay by itself.
The snake's good as long as I feed him before I go.
So leave a couple of mice and head out.
Yeah, change the bedding or whatever. Put some new water in there. He'll be all right. They could go up to like a year without eating, 6 months to a year.
Okay, well then, yeah, you're good. Just keep it locked up.
Keep
the neighbors.
The humidity the right way. It's actually funny. I've watched him like sit there and like find weak points in the cage, like see if he could find one to get out. It's fascinating to watch, but you just got to make sure you're locking it
Cerebral.
up. Yeah.
Is that how you describe your game? How would you describe your game?
Relentless. In one word, I would describe it as relentless, fierce. 2 words. Like that's just how I like to play on it with an edge.
If you weren't playing football, is there another sport you'd be playing, or would you just be doing something else?
You can't play boxing, but I'd be fighting boxing. Yeah.
Where does that come from? Because we've done a lot of these. This is the first one that's kind of went that direction. Where's the desire to do that come from?
Growing up, I was just like a scrappy person, fighting a lot, whatever. Mom's like, we're going to take you to boxing.
So this is something you've actually done. Okay.
Yeah, Mom's like, you want to fight? Let's go. And she put me with a guy named Otis. He was former champion or something like that. It's all black and gray now, but she had me with him till I was like, I want to say for like 2-3 years. I stopped and I got back into it my my junior year to senior year. And I think I just respect the game of boxing. Not even a game, like I just said, you can't play it, but just the fighting world, MMA, all them kind of things. I watch that every Saturday.
Who's your favorite?
Sugar Sean O'Malley. And there's a backstory to this. It's a funny backstory. The only reason he became my favorite is because at Arizona State, I was Arizona State, I was a bouncer at a club. Like, like football during the day, bouncing by night security just to like make extra money or whatever.
Sure.
And one Saturday night, I believe he came in there. It was him and his whole entourage, and I was securing. I was on his table the whole night. Whatever. Blase. Get to the end of the night. I'm walking him out, and we take all the celebrities and everybody who's of high status that comes into our club through the back door when they leave.
Sure.
And when you go through the back door, there's a bathroom. How can I paint this picture? So say this is the bathroom and this is the back door. So when you're coming out, I'm walking him out, and I let him go in front of me. And as he goes in front of me to walk out the door, somebody comes out the bathroom and like bumps into him. He's like ready to scrap with him, like, hey man, woo. I'm like, hold on. But he's like, mind you, he's small too. Like, so he's super feisty and like ready to fight the dude. I had to remind him who he was. Like, bro, you're Sugar Sean, bro. You don't need to. I will deal with him. So ever since that moment, he kind of like just became my favorite fighter. Just being able to see his own like feistiness in person. I don't know him. I don't know. It's just like something that made me. That's what made me like him, honestly.
How different is this now based off you're working as a bouncer trying to make a few extra dollars to be able to do some fun stuff when you didn't have football, and now with NIL it's a little bit different.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Coming from a school where the athletic director publicly states that he's not getting into NIL, like he's not getting into the NIL race. So coming here was super different. With me being with Spire and stuff like that, but it just was like learning how to handle the money, not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With not ever really having real money or whatever the case may be. Now it's coming in. It's just
trying not to change.
Right. Yeah. Just going through that process, I think, was probably like the hardest part as far as that.
What's your best bouncer story?
Well, really,
that we can hear
like
about.
As a bouncer, all you really do is like you party, and then you get in a fight every now and then. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of stories of me having to like kick people out who are drunk and stuff like that. But I think my favorite story that is the one I just shared was Sugar Sean. Just seeing him in that moment, knowing he was like not about to. What is the best word to use? Like,
I can imagine a lot of people wanting to mess with you in this setting. Yeah,
like seeing him not like stand on something for a man, like in the moment, like, or he at least he felt like he was standing on something. Yeah. Like that made me give him my respect. And then seeing him go on to be the champion, so like I think that's like one of my favorite memories I hold.
Glad you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy. I don't have to do that.
When you go out, let's say you go out to the club or you go out to a place and you see one of the bouncers.
I tip them.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you a little more respectful, right?
I tip every single one of them. Give vouch. They can vouch. Hannah's out there on Cumberland, ask one of them. I tip everything. Because it's like, I understand.
You've been there.
Yeah, I've been there. It's like what's the word? Where they got the sheepdog and they just hurdling cattle. Yeah. That's almost how I feel when I see them. They're kind of just sitting there. I'm like, bro, I feel you. Give them like $20 or whatever.
LeBron or Jordan? Who is the GOAT?
It's a good question. I'd say LeBron. LeBron, things outside the game he's done. Within the game, he's still here. What year is it for him?
Yeah, like 21.
Yeah, it's just longevity. It's longevity.
NCAA's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You go partake, and how much do you look forward to kind of playing with yourself?
I will partake, and I hope I get a good overall.
That's what I'm gonna say. What's fair? Like, that's my question.
My
What's
fair
fair
overall to me, being a 3-tech off of with 5.5 sacks, missing how many games I missed? Like 3 games, 4 games, missing 4 games. I would give myself probably like a 78 to 80.
See, that's
right,
fair.
that range.
I was gonna say like 82, 83.
Yeah, like that range. Like like that 70. Like we started. I see a 75. I'm like, all right.
we had Brazel and Lance on last week, and Brazel's like 78 to 82.
Yeah, I got more.
Lance is like 95. I'm like, dang, Lance.
yeah, from a humble perspective, but yeah, I'd say like that 78 range to like 83. I would respect it.
I feel you. Chocolate or vanilla?
It all depends. Cake, vanilla. Like actual chocolate.
Favorite fruit?
Favorite fruit, mangoes.
Why?
Oh, it's like you could eat the whole thing. Like if it's ripe, you could eat the skin. It's just juicy. I'm a greedy person. It'd be so tasty and flavorful.
What's something most people don't know about you?
I don't know. I'm not really like it's a lot of things a lot of people don't know about me, but like if you ever were to see me in public, you could speak to me. I'll speak back. Like something like that. Because I naturally have like neck tattoos, tall, 6'4", 300 pounds. I tend to like intimidate people sometimes, but I speak back.
One of my favorite tattoos I've seen are your hands.
Yeah,
it's like bones,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like a skeleton. I think that's fantastic.
It's like a symbolization of my mortality.
What is your favorite tattoo?
I'd say my tattoo of my snake. Can't really see it, but it's
This is your actual snake.
yeah. This goes up my arm all the way. It starts here though.
When did you get it?
I got this right after spring ball last year.
What was your first tattoo? Was when?
Ooh, my first tattoo. I was like, this is a funny story too. I was like, I want to say 15, 16.
Yeah.
And there's this dude in my apartment. He's so sketch, but he owns a tattoo gun and he claims that he was a tattoo artist or whatever. And he would trade things for tattoos. Like, like if I brought him a car battery, that could give me a tattoo or something like that.
Yeah.
A car battery and $30. He'll tattoo me. So that's what ended up happening. My first tattoo, I got my mom's name and then my grandma's birth date and death date under a cross with some wings. But it was like this big. Both things together were like this big on my arm. I got it covered up now. But yeah, that was my first tattoo.
And it was a car battery and $30.
And like $30, yeah. I swear.
That's Velma. A dozen Krispy Kremes and 20% off discount to someplace. You know, I mean, it's fantastic. Who's had the biggest impact on your life?
I'd probably say my uncle and auntie. Just when I started, not even when I started, just through my whole life, just always making sure that I didn't go without. You know, whenever my mom couldn't, they could. You know, not saying my mom worked 3 jobs when I was growing up, so she did the best she could. Not knocking her, but as far as like people outside of my mom, I would say my uncle and auntie, they kept me on a straight and narrow, make sure I was good, make sure I needed whatever I needed. I had when I first started getting offers in high school. My mom basically, like, cause where I lived, it wasn't in a good area, so like I could go outside and go get into something, and 5 minutes later they shooting, like, you know what I mean, like,
sure.
Like it's a full shootout, somebody dead, like whatever, the police riding around, like it wasn't a good area. So my mom, once I started getting offers coming in, the Arizona State offers, the USC's, so my mom was like, you can't live here anymore. She basically kicked me out. I had to go live with
She looked out for you.
Yeah, she looked out for me. Sent me to my aunt and uncle house, which was in Vallejo, California. That's still in North Sac, but they drove me every day back to Grant, 40 minutes.
How much did you appreciate that she had the wherewithal to look out for you?
Words can't even describe it. It's like, I love her for it.
Big props to Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Moms are the best. Grandmas?
Mm-hmm.
Grandma's also the best. Who's had your biggest impact since you've been here?
I'd probably say Rodney Gardner.
He's
Just
tough.
showing the game, understanding that I can't always be right. Like you gotta take coaching at some form, shape, or fashion, and seeing the weight that comes with his name only makes me respect it even more. And knowing that I'm gonna be ready when I get to the next level for whatever faces me, just having to weather the storm of Rodney Gardner every day, like, you know. But I would probably say Coach G.
Yeah, he makes you tougher.
Yeah.
For those tough moments and
Right.
for the next level.
Yeah.
Well, man, we appreciate the time, and this has been a fantastic look. I think a lot of people learned. I asked you what's something most people don't know. I think people learned a lot
Right.
from Omarr Norman-Lott in this episode.